What's going on, everybody? Talk from your average gamer guys, back yet again into some more Escape from Tarkov action. And this is a pretty quick, short video, but this happened to me. This would have been a couple of weeks ago at this point. A little bit of gameplay I captured running my Scav on reserve. And it was not only a moment of triumph in this game for me, but also a moment of sincere, deep sadness. So we'll jump into that here in a second. If you enjoyed this video, you guys know how YouTube works. If you're new to the channel as well, welcome. Subscribe, like, comment. We do appreciate all the support. Really does help us out. In addition to that, if you enjoy Escape from Tarkov, looking to have some fun, maybe learn a little bit more about the game, streaming regularly each evening on Twitch, so come give us a follow over there. That link is in the description down below. We usually play Tarkov at least for about an hour or two on stream before we might jump into something else. So if you're interested or just enjoy the gameplay, feel free, come stop in, say hey. We'd love to be able to chat with you and hang out. So let's jump into this. I'm going to speed through a lot of this just for the sake of time. There was many minutes of not a whole lot happening. But you saw here at the beginning, if you're new to the game, saw here at the beginning that I've got some Scav friends. So Reserve is one of those maps. There's plenty of really, really good potential loot. And it's one that I've been scavving into for two reasons. One, to learn a little bit. Learn the map a little bit more. It's not a map that I play often because it has really, really good loot. Usually pretty well geared players. So trying to learn a little bit more. And again, this was a couple of weeks ago. I ended up finding myself into this lobby where, no joke, there were, I think, six total over the course of the match. 6 total friendly scavs. We basically all kind of came around this train station. My whole point, beyond trying to learn a little bit more about this map, is to basically come in and try to kill the raiders. I felt very strongly from the get-go that if I can basically knock out the raiders, if I can take them out, you can find yourself some really good loot, some really good gear. I've had success in killing the raiders before, and so figured I had a scav with some armor, a decent gun, potentially based on the ammo, that might be able to do that. You can see here my little player scav buddy, that a friend that I made ended up giving me a silencer that he found for the AK that I had. So just went to show you, like, I was absolutely amazed. It was a couple of teams of 2 player scavs that had come in together. I kind of came up to them. It started out as just 2 guys. It was the 3 of us, and then 2 more joined in, and I think we had another solo guy come in as well. A couple of guys ran off from this spot to go probably find some loot and check out. They end up actually coming back before we get into the action. So player scavs is one thing I've complained a ton about, especially on other maps and on this map, where people just don't seem to get the concept. Totally understand. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Sometimes you don't know who's going to be friendly to you or not. And it was just one of those things where I've always been really wary. I've come across some good player scavs in the past where they kind of just leave you alone, let you do your thing. This map, surprisingly, I've actually found more friendly player scavs than not. But very often people are just willing to shoot anybody and everybody that moves. And I think that's just kind of common, a little too common in my opinion for the type, really the intent of it. For me, it's always been a free run. It's always been a free loot run, and it's one of those things, strength in numbers. So if a geared player comes up in this match, I was feeling very strong that we're going to be able to kill some raiders. Just the fact that we had 6 of us. You think about the damage, you think about kind of the distraction and splitting up the attention. It was almost like a really, really strong fire team that we had going on. So it was actually really cool. So this was a fun experience. It was a fun experience to be able to kind of link up with everybody. You can see we're pretty well spaced out. We got some people down below. I think 1 or 2 guys actually will go into the bunker. You heard that the siren was going off. Hermetic door had been hit, which is usually the key in to get the raiders in. So here's the key with this. The reason we all kind of congregated here, it's honestly got some pretty good elevation, provides some pretty good sight lines down onto the raiders, as well as giving some okay cover. I'm not the biggest fan of this spot specifically. I actually like the other side of the roof a little bit better, but one of the guys had already come over. So here's two of our friends actually coming back. And we kind of get this 5-man. I think at this point we have a 5-man team that kind of comes back together before we get into the action. So again, it was a ton of fun. I was very, very surprised that this happened from the get-go. And of course, we get our raiders. So we get them in, and I'm a little cautious here first. Honestly, probably should have taken these shots. But honestly, I was not sure. So put some rounds down. They immediately drop, which is kind of a key indicator. Got lucky enough that I didn't get tagged here. I do have armor, no helmet or anything else like that. Find a little bit of an opportunity here. I've only got the single mag. Realized that I was on auto instead of single fire in this position, which I really need to be. So I'm just trying to play good peaks. I can hear the guys down below firing, hear the guys to the side firing. Honestly, getting some good damage in. I just have this like minuscule window here where I end up getting that kill, which was pretty crazy. Now, if you don't know anything about the raiders, or don't know much about these raiders, they're super, super aggressive, crazy aggressive. It's one of those things. As soon as we started shooting, as soon as I started shooting, they're going to aggro to me. Luckily, again, this was the benefit of having multiple people here to be able to kind of push this fight. So I take kind of a little bit of gnarly damage. Lucky enough, I do have a bandage here, which was my only heal. So I'm really just kind of trying to play it slow. Again, my whole play here is kill some raiders, grab a little bit of gear. Honestly, grab a little bit of gear and get out of here. So here's the confusing thing. So this raider basically aggroed onto the guy on the other side. Totally didn't see me, totally is ignoring me. That guy is basically behind the glass. I don't know if the AI can't see him or what's going on with that. They can't shoot through the metal grates. So I end up dropping that guy. This raider comes up. He starts to peek out. He's definitely aggroed onto this dude. Can't figure out how to get up here. So I drop him. So I'm like, at this point, this is my opportunity. That guy is a friend up there. 100% a friend. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to come in. I'm going to grab a gun or two. And what does that guy do? My friendly player Scav, who I'd literally been in the match for probably 20 minutes with, shoots me right in the head. I was so mad. I cannot describe to you how upset I was. But honestly, it was a ton of fun. I wish I could get more matches like that. And it's unfortunate because all I want to do, grab a little bit of armor, grab a little bit of gear, maybe some heals, go fight the rest of the guy. We could have split that stuff and we would have been on our way. So please feel free, if you play this game and you have a player Scav story, please feel free to share it down below. Again, stream very regularly on Twitch, a lot of Escape from Tarkov, so come give us a follow over there. Come join a stream. I've been Doc, Average Gamer, guys. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you the next one. Peace.